So this is our fifth question, that is some points are given on a number line, that is P, Q, R, S, T, U, A and B. And some condition is also given such that TR equal to RS equal to SU and AP equal to PQ equal to QB. Okay, that is TR equal to, here you can see TR equal to RS equal to US or SU. And here you can see AP equal to PQ equal to QB. That means equal distances. In order to denote that, in between A and B equal distances are there, as well as between U and T also equal distances, some points are there. Name the rational numbers which is represented by P, Q, R and S. So for this you need to identify which is the rational, what is the rational number which is represented by these points. Okay, you can see that the point P, okay, the point P, which is this one, point P, it is between A and B. Okay, the point P is between A and B, and A is represented by 2 and B is represented by 3. Okay, in the figure you can see that here it's 2 and here it's 3, and this is A, this is B, and here 2 points, that is P and Q. So P is in between A and B, which is 2 and 3. So it will be something like 2 and something. Okay, and P means what? This is the point P. So in between 2 and 3 you need to identify how many divisions are there. You can see that 1, 2, 3. Okay, in between A and B 3 divisions are there. That means you have to mark the denominator as 3. Now what about the numerator? You can see that P is the first point, that is 1, 2. So P is the first point. So here it will be 1. Okay, so 2 1 by 3. Understand? So what is actually 2 1 by 3? How will you write it? This is actually a mixed number. Okay, so 2 1 by 3 means you can write it as 2 into 3 plus 1 divided by 3. Okay, the numerator will turn into 2 into 3 plus numerator. Okay, that is 2 into 3 plus 1. That is 6 plus 1, which is 7. So 7 by 3 is the answer. 7 by 3 will be the rational number which is represented by point P. Okay, P equal to 7 by 3. Understand? Now let's see Q. For Q also you can see that Q is in between 2 and 3, which is represented by points A and B. Okay, A, B, which is represented by 2 and 3, and in between here you can see P and here it's Q. Okay, so now you have to mark this Q, or you have to represent, or you have to say the rational number which is represented by the Q. Okay, so here also you can see that this Q, point Q is lying between 2 and 3. That means it will be something like 2. Okay, 2 and something. Okay, now you need to write the numerator and denominator. So for writing the denominator, you need to see how much divisions are there between A and B. That is 1, 2, 3. 3 divisions. So 3 will be the denominator. Now Q means what? 1, 2. It is the second point. So 2 will be the numerator. Okay. So 2, 2 by 3 will be the rational number which is represented by point Q. But you have to convert it into a standard form. For that, what you have to do? You have to multiply this 2 into 3. Okay, 2 into 3, and you have to add this numerator, that is plus 2, and denominator will be the same, that is 3 itself. So what will you get? 2 into 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So 8 by 3 will be the answer. Okay, so this is the answer for second question, or Q equal to 8 by 3. Now let's see what is R and S. Now for R, you can see that R is lying between U and T, which is represented by -2 and -1. That is R. R is U is here, which is represented by -2, and here you can see -1. This is T and this is U, and this is S and this is R. Okay, so you have to tell the rational number which is represented by point R. Okay, so here you can see that R is lying between -1 and -2. That means it will be something like -1 and something. Okay, and you have to find the numerator as well as the denominator. For finding the denominator, you need to identify the divisions between this T and U. So 1, 2, 3. 3 divisions. So 3. Now R means what? It is the first point. Okay, from -1 you have to calculate, not from -2. This is wrong. From -1 you have to calculate. So R means what? It's the first point. First point means what? You have to write it 1 here. Okay, so -1, 1 by 3. Now you need to convert this into standard form. For that you have to multiply 1 into 3. This 1 into 3 plus 1. Okay, divided by 3. Then what will be the answer? 1 into 3 means 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So answer will be 4 by 3. And you have to put the negative sign because here it's negative. Okay, so -4 by 3 will be the answer. So the point R is represented by -4 by 3. Okay, now let's see S. What is the rational number which is represented by point S? So for the point S also you can see that it's lying between T and U, which is represented by -1 and -2. Okay, T and U, and S is here. Okay, so since it is between -1 and -2, you need to write -1 first. Why? Because -1 is near to 0. Okay, you need to always write the number which is near to 0. You should always write the number which is near to 0. So -1, in between -1 and -2, so you are writing -1. Now S means what? You need to write the denominator as well as the numerator. For writing the denominator, you need to identify the number of divisions between -1 and -2. It's 1, 2, 3. So 3 will come here. Now what about the numerator? S means what? It's the first one, second one. It's the second division. So 2 by 3. Okay. From -1 you have to count in this direction. Okay. So our answer will be -1, 2 by 3. That means what? You have to multiply 1 into 3 plus numerator divided by the same denominator. So the answer will be 1 into 3 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 5 by 3, and you need to put the negative sign. So our answer will be -5 by 3. Okay, so S is represented by -5 by 3. So these are the answers: P, Q, R and S. Okay, so that's all about the fifth question. Now let's see the sixth question. Which of the following pairs represents the same rational number? That's our first question. That is, you need to see whether they are equivalent rational numbers or not. That is actually the question is. So you know that in order to find the equivalent rational number, you have to either divide or multiply the numerator and denominator with the same integer, with the same non-zero integer. Okay, so that same procedure we are doing here. So first question, let's do the first question, which is 7 by minus 7 by 21 and 3 by 9. Okay. Without doing anything itself, you can say this does not represent the same rational number. Why? This one is a negative rational number and this is a positive rational number. So both does not represent the same rational number. Without doing anything, you can say, but let's do it anyway. Okay, so minus 7 by 21 means what? If you are dividing both with their highest common factor. Okay, suppose I am dividing both with 7, then what will you get here? Here you will get minus 1 and here you will get 3, minus 1 by 3. Okay, now what about 3 by 9? Suppose I am dividing it with 3 since it's the HCF of 3 and 9. Then what will you get? You will get 1 by 3. So this is minus 1 by 3 and this is 1 by 3. So minus 1 by 3 is not equal to 1 by 3, which means they are not equal or they does not represent the same rational number. Okay, now let's see the second one. It's minus 16 by 20 and 20 by minus 25. So first let's take minus 16 by 20. Minus 16 by 20. Okay. So in order to convert it into its standard form, what you have to do? Let's divide both sides with their HCF. So what is the highest common factor of 16 and 20? You can see that their highest common factor will be 4. So let's divide both with the number 4. Okay. So what will you get? What is 16 divided by 4? Minus 16 divided by 4. It's actually minus 4. Okay. And what is 20 divided by 4? It's 5. So our answer will be minus 4 by 5. Okay. Now the next one, that is 20 divided by minus 25. Here also let's divide both with their highest common factor. So what is that? Let's divide both by 5. Okay. So what is 12 divided by 5? It's 4. Now what is minus 25 divided by 5? It's minus 5. Okay. So in the first case you got minus 4 by 5 and in the second case you got 4 by minus 5. 4 by minus 5 means what? Suppose I am multiplying both with minus 1, then what will you get in the answer? Minus 4 by 5. That means this one is minus 4 by 5 and the second one is also minus 4 by 5. Minus 4 by 5 equal to minus 4 by 5. So here you can see that this pair represent the same rational number. Understand? So here we are using the concept of standard form, converting to standard form. That concept is also used here. Okay. Now let's see the third one. This is our third question, minus 2 by minus 3 and 2 by 3. So minus 2 by minus 3 means what? Suppose I am multiplying both sides with minus 1. Okay. Then what happens? Then you can see that what is minus 2 into minus 1? It's 2. What is minus 3 into minus 1? It's 3. So what we got? 2 by 3. And what is the second question? Actually 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is equal to 2 by 3. That means both represents the same rational number. Okay. So for the third question also it's a yes. Now let's see the fourth one. Fourth question is minus 3 by 5 and minus 12 by 20. Okay. So minus 3 by 5 means it's actually in its standard form itself. So now let's convert minus 12 by 20. Minus 12 by 20 means what? What is the highest common factor of 12 and 20? HCF of 12 and 20. You know that HCF of 12 and 20 is 4. Okay. So let's divide both sides using 4. So what will you get in the answer? Minus 12 divided by 4 is minus 3. Okay, and what is 20 divided by 4? It's 5. So our answer will be minus 3 by 5. So in the first case it's minus 3 by 5, and in the second case also it's minus 3 by 5. That is minus 3 by 5 equal to minus 3 by 5, which says that both represents the same rational number. Okay. Now let's see the fifth one. So our fifth question is 8 by minus 5 and minus 24 by 15. So 8 by minus 5 means what? You can convert it into its standard form. How? Just multiply it with minus 1. Okay. Then in the answer you will get minus 8 by 5. Now let's see the second one, which is minus 24 by 15. So how will you convert it in? What is the HCF of 24 and 15? Highest common factor. What are the highest common factor of 24 and 15? You can see that 3 is the highest common factor of 24 and 15. So you have to divide both with what? 4. Sorry, 3. You have to divide both 24 and 15 using 3. Then what will not multiply? You have to divide. Okay. So 24 divided by 3. What is 24 divided by 3? 24 divided by 3 means it's 8. Okay. 8 minus 8. Minus 24 divided by 3 means minus 8. What is 15 divided by 3? It's 5. So minus 8 by 5. So here also minus 8 by 5. So minus 8 by 5, which is equal to minus 8 by 5. So both represents the same rational number. Okay. Now let's see the sixth one. 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 9. You can see that one is positive and another one is negative. So both does not represent the same rational number. Okay. Now seventh one. What is seventh one? Minus 5 by minus 9 and 5 by minus 9. Okay, let's see whether both represents the same or not. So minus 5 by minus 9 means what? If you multiply both sides with minus 1, then in the answer you will get, what is minus 5 into minus 1? 5. What is minus 9 into minus 1? 9. So 5 by 9. Now let's take the second one, which is 5 by minus 9, and let's multiply both sides with minus 1. Okay, then what will you get in the answer? You will get minus 5 by 9. So one is 5 by 9 and another one is minus 5 by 9, which means both are not equal. So both does not represent the same rational number. Okay. So every time you need to convert these rational numbers into its standard form. Then only you will understand whether they represent the same rational number or not. Okay. So in this way you have to do all these questions. So this is the answer for this question. That is second, third, fourth and the fifth one represents the same rational number. Okay. So now let's see the seventh one. So our seventh question is rewrite the following rational numbers in the simplest form. So you have to rewrite the numbers in its simplest form or its standard form. Okay. So usually for writing in its simplest form, we are dividing by HCF. But sometimes you may not know the HCF of both numerator and denominator. In such cases, you will be dividing with a common factor. Okay, common factor for both numerator and denominator. And you will divide until you get it in its simplest form. Okay, let's do it in that way. I'm taking the first question, which is minus 8 by 6. And I'm going to divide this minus 8 by 6 using what? 2. Okay. In order to make it into its standard form. Okay. So when you divide minus 8 by 2, why I am taking 2? Because 2 is a common factor for both 8 and 6. That's why I am taking 2. Okay. So minus 8 divided by 2 means you will get minus 4. What about 6 divided by 2? It's 3. Okay, so you got this in the simplest form, minus 4 by 3. 4 and 3 does not have any common factor other than 1. Okay, so this is in its simplest form. Now let's take the second question, which is 25 by 45. Okay, we need to divide both numerator and denominator by a common factor for both 45 and 25. So I am taking 5. Okay, you can divide both 25 and 45 using 5. So what is 25 divided by 5? It's 5. Now what is 45 divided by 5? It's 9. Now you can see that this is in its simplest form. You cannot divide further. Or 5 and 9 do not have any common factor other than 1. Okay. Now let's take the third question, which is minus 44 by 72. So here also I need to multiply or divide both numerator and denominator by a common factor for both 44 and 72. Suppose I am taking 2 because both 44 and 72 have a common factor 2. Okay, so when you divide 44 by 2, you will get minus 44 by 2, you will get the answer as 22, minus 22. Okay, when you divide, you can see that you will get answer as minus 22. Now, when you divide 72 by 2, what will you get? 3, 6, 12, 6, 12, 0. So, what is the answer? 36. Again, you can see that minus 22 by 36. They are not in its standard form. So, again, you have to divide by common factor. Okay, so when you divide it by common factor 2, suppose I am taking 2 again, because 22 and 36 both is divisible by 2, both are divisible by 2. So what is 22 divided by 2? 22 divided by 2 is 11, so minus 11 is the numerator. Now what is 36 divided by 2? You know that it's 18. So your answer will be minus 11 by 18. Now this is in its simplest form because both 11 and 18 do not have any common factor other than 1. So it is in its simplest form. Okay. So this is the answer for this question. So you can do either in this way, or you can simply divide this minus 44 by 72. That was our question. So minus 44 by 72, if you are dividing it by HCF. Okay, what is the HCF? Highest common factor of 44 and 72 is 4. So if you divide both numerator and denominator by 4, then you will get the answer very soon as minus 11 by 18. Okay, you can directly divide using the HCF, or you can divide it in this way, that is by using the common factors. In either way you can do, but the answer should be minus 11 by 18. Okay, so that's the answer for third question. Now let's see the fourth question, which is minus 8 by 10. So you can see that both 8 and 10 have common factor as 2. Okay, so I'm dividing both numerator and denominator using this 2. So what will you get? What is minus 8 divided by 2? It's minus 4. Now what about 10 divided by 2? It's 5. So our answer will be minus 4 by 5. Okay, this is in its simplest form. How will you identify that whether it's simplest form or not? You need to see whether both numerator and denominator have common factors or not. Okay, if they are not having any common factor other than 1, then you can say that it's in its simplest form. Denominator should not contain any negative sign. Okay, negative sign should be in the numerator. Okay, so that's all about the 7th question. Thank you.